What's up everybody, Gentleman94 here. Welcome back to 3GB Solo Play. This is Demon Souls. We are continuing our playthrough of this awesome game. This is part 11. So today on 3GB Solo Play, we're going to go ahead and work ourselves through Tower of Latria, World 3-1. If you remember a couple episodes ago, we actually got the key out of Tower of Latria 3-2. So today I wanted to run back into 3-1, go ahead and show you what the key unlocks, at least the major things that the key unlocks, and then we're going to do a little bit of work and try to kill the Man-Eater, which is in 3-2. The Tower of Latria, as we all know, there's keys hanging on different parts of the walls. There's, I think, a couple keys on the first floor, second floor, and there's a couple keys hidden around. I think there's one on the bottom floor. And there are different doors, and of course each floor requires a different key. The one key that we have here, though, was the Prisoner of Hope special key or something like that. That unlocks a very specific area. And if you remember from a couple episodes ago, I mentioned an NPC that you could get called Frake, Sage Frake. And Sage Frake is the magic trainer. He trains you in all sorts of things that are magic based. So he's important to have, especially if you're going to build a magic character. I'm doing a miracle faith-based character, so he's not as imperative that I have him. But I'd like to have him anyway because there's a chance that I might need the poison ability that I think he sells, or at least he trades in a Bossel for. Since I'm doing a miracle-based character, a faith-based character, we're going to actually need to unlock Saint Urbane. And Saint Urbane is located in 4-2. I'll show him to you probably next episode when we go into 4-2. But he's really easy to get. He doesn't require anything special to get. He's really easy to find. The only thing you have to do is you have to be careful because there's a black phantom down in the bottom. Down there, this guy kind of watching, you know, kind of waiting for you. These wardens are so annoying. You saw a little bit ago where he shot a kind of a beam of light out at you. That will actually stun you. And if you get hit by that, it will lock you in place. He'll run up to you, he'll grab you, pull you up, and he'll do what's called soul suck. And he'll stab you with this like weird tongue thing that he has. And most of the time, it kills me flat out. Most of the time. We've already been in this area here. There's not much we have to do in here, to be honest. But this is the area. We drop straight on down here. Luckily, we don't take much fall damage from that drop, which is strange. It seems like you would. And instead of going down, we're going to go through this door here. And Sage Frake is in one of these cells here. I think it's a third cell. Yes, third cell. Just unlock this. Prisoner of Hope special key. Let's go ahead and over here and talk to him real quick.
My name is Frake.
Now he is a sage. He has a really cool sage set of gear on. He gives you Jerry's stiletto. I don't really know what that does. I want to say it does something like increases magical attack power or something. But the Crisp Blade, I think, is far better for that. Anyway, now that we have him unlocked, he's going to show back up in the Nexus. We'll go down to the next level here. To our right is going to be the way to the boss. We're not going to go there right now. We don't have need for that. So we're going to go across here and down another flight of stairs. Instead of going down that stair, we're going to go this direction here through this corridor. We haven't been this direction all the way yet. So let's go ahead and get a backstep on this guy. There we go. Swipe. Done. More fresh spice. Always a good idea to have fresh spice with you. Ragdoll physics, something they removed out of Dark Souls 2, which is a little disappointing. Alright, so at the very end here, we're going to come across this gentleman. And this is a blue phantom that's trapped behind these bars. We use the Prisoner of Hope key. We're going to unlock him. He doesn't do anything for us. This is Lord Rydell. And you notice he has what's called the phosphorescent pole. I believe that recharges your magical, your MP. Once you change it back into black tendency, you can actually come down here and he will be a black phantom outside of his cell. You kill him and he drops the phosphorescent pole. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Since I'm not a mage, I really don't use phosphorescent pole. I don't think I could use it, to be honest. On the other side here, if this was in pure white, this would be unlocked. We could go in there to that cell in there. We can grab a couple items out of there. I believe that's the tri-cornered hat. The tri-cornered hat you also will find with Yuria, the Black Witch. She also carries the tri-corner. I don't know what happens if you kill her. I wouldn't recommend it because you learn some pretty powerful spells from her. So that's going to about do it for us. Let's go ahead and head back to the Nexus. I'm going to be emptying a lot of my stuff out of here that I don't need. Like this rogue's clothes, I actually grabbed out of Tower of Latria. One of the keys that I had there will actually let me get that. And we're going to drop our stones and weapons we don't need, because we want to be light. We don't want to have a lot of burden on us here. Item burden is very important in this game. That's why you want to have that Herculean strength ring with you, because if you don't, you could be stuck, not be able to pick up anything, and you could lose items. Alright, so we deposited most of our stuff. Let's go and buy some arrows. Now, we're going to need to stock ourselves up with as many arrows as we can carry. The reason being is that we are going to have to go and fight the man-eaters. And the man-eaters in 3-2 are a bit of a pain. But there's an easy way to go about doing that. And I'll show that to you now, unless they patched it, which I'm pretty sure they did not. I will show that to you here in this episode. Before we go in, though, let me show you where Sage Frake ends up. This is the magic side of the Nexus. We have this guy here, who apparently is a nasty guy. I would agree with you. He won't talk to me because I don't have high enough intelligence. And this here is Sage Frake. So he will also take the same thing. He said he can't assist us. That's because our intelligence is too low. He won't talk to you unless your intelligence is a certain level. I don't remember what that level is, though, so I'm not too concerned about it. The other side actually is the miracle side, so we're not going to go there until we bring in Saint Urbane. Let's go ahead and warp to the Fool's Archstone, and I'm going to show you where we need to go for there. In the middle of this, if you remember correctly, there was a giant heart that was being held up by a few pillars and chains and some weird like tentacle hand things. We knocked that down, so we have to run to that area. Once we get here, there's a large spiral staircase, and I remember talking a little bit about there's a black phantom that kind of chills out there. That's the black phantom right there. I'm not going to fight him, because if you get hit by that blast he does, you'll be knocked off and you'll be killed. So I'm just going to run past him. He drops some souls, of course, and I believe he drops fresh spice, or no, I think he drops old spice. He drops like 2 to 4 old spice, which is good, because you will need those, but I'm not going to take the chance of dying. A good way to fight him is actually to range him, get some arrows, and just plink him away with arrows. It's a good way to do it. After we come up the stairs here at the very back, we're going to grab some soldiers' souls. I'm going to grab those. And this is kind of a half circle up here at the top. There's no enemies up here, so you don't have to worry too much about it. At the very end of this is going to be some more items, so we'll go ahead and grab those. And then we're going to go ahead and face the man-eaters. The man-eaters are annoying, I'll tell you that much. So, running all the way down here to the very end of this hallway, circular hallway area, I'm going to find a body, some old spice. So now that we're at the fog gate, let's go ahead and show you what I mean by killing the boss before you're entering through the fog gate. We have 516 arrows, and there is the man-eater. So what we're going to do is we're going to plink him with arrows. You'll notice that it's going to take a long time because I only take off 7 damage with these arrows. These are wooden arrows, by the way. These aren't the high-quality arrows. These are the kind of standard arrows. I'm going to need a lot of arrows, which is why I took so many arrows with us, because I'm going to need a huge amount. So what we're going to do, though, instead, I'm going to go ahead and just put it into fast motion. And while we're kind of killing him, let me explain a little bit about how the man-eater works. The man-eater himself is one boss. You can see him here, green eyes. He blows out some sort of a little green, like poison breath. He has a tail of a snake, and he has wings, so he flies around. You fight him on a very narrow, well, I don't know if it's very narrow, but I've always considered it a little too narrow for the fight. You actually fight him on this narrow platform, and it goes across from one tower to where you'll fight the boss for the next section, the old monk. This bridge is extremely treacherous, because if you don't time your rolls just right, you will roll yourself right off the edge of the bridge. If he hits you, he'll knock you off sometimes. He has an energy shockwave that he can send out that will also knock you off sometimes. So he is very, very dangerous. He himself is not too hard to fight. Like if I had an open area, I could take him. Not a big deal. But half the challenge is killing him on that narrow bridge. So there's 2 ways to fight him. There's the ranged way, and then there's the melee way. Now the ranged way takes a little longer, and it just basically requires you running back and forth from one end to another, taking shots at him as much as you can. The melee way is to get up right on him real quick and try to chop off his tail. Once you chop off his tail, then you can go ahead and deal some damage. But you have to watch out for his lunges, his shockwave attack, and his breath weapon. So we're just going to whittle him down. If you don't kill him, like if you take his life like halfway down, you run out of arrows, or anything less than halfway, When you go into the fog gate, it's going to refill his life. So if you almost kill him, but he has a sliver left and you're out of arrows and you can't hit him, you go into the fog gate, he's going to go to half health. You want to make sure you have enough arrows to take this guy out. Fighting 2 of these guys sucks. And yes, if you don't do anything to him and you don't actually kill him this way, you go into the fog gate, you'll fight him. Once he's down to about half health, and another man-eater will show up. And that starts really some hectic fighting. So there we go. We've killed him. We'll do a quick equipment swap here, get ourselves ready. We want to stay light and nimble. Enter into the fog gate. As you can see, the other man-eater is here. He's full life. The other man-eater is dead. Empty life. So you can see him up there. He's kind of gliding around. And here he is. Look at him. I mean, he's a pretty big guy, you know. He's a pretty big boss. There's that lunging attack here. Now his tail will shoot these, what are I guess would be considered soul arrows. You will take damage on those soul arrows, but you can roll through them as well. So get ready before they hit you and roll forward. Roll into them and you should roll right underneath them. See, he spends a lot of time in the air. Flies around, doesn't really come down and attack you too much. So let's go ahead and equip our bow real quick. Make sure we can still move. Yeah, we're good. Alright, pull out the bow. Try to get his attention here. Well, that was a dumb shot. Trying to just clip him in the leg there. There we go. Took off 8 points of damage. It's not a lot. Get ready. He's coming in. Swooped. Couple of swipes. Oh, wow. That hurt. Okay, there's that lunging attack again. Gotta be careful with that. Ah. Oh, good thing I blocked that. He would have killed me otherwise. There's that shockwave attack. Gotta watch out for that. Let's pop a quick grass here. Alright. Dodge out of the way of his rolls. I hate this guy. I really do. Let's pull out my arrow again. Pull out my bow. Give him a little shot of the arrow. Oh, I missed. That sucks. Back out to shield. There he comes. Alright, he's going to slam the ground a little bit. What is he going to do? He's probably going to jump. Okay, he's charging up a little bit. We can knock him. Cancel that out. Okay, guys. Dang. Okay, that's why I hate fighting this guy. You know what? I'm done. I'm going to rethink my strategy a little bit. We're going to call that an episode. We'll be back next time where maybe we'll try again. But I just wasted how many arrows? 300 some arrows on this guy, and I died. Next episode, we'll come back in, hopefully with a fresh take. Maybe level up a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to rethink my strategy. We'll be back with the next episode of 3GB Solo Play, Demon Souls Part 12. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.